What is up, everyone? I'm coming on here for a couple of plays for the day. I have a very exciting video today because we're going to be diving a little bit deeper into a new correlation, a new esport that I've been really researching these past couple of weeks. And I think PrizePicks is making a big mistake with their lines, not giving payout shifts, yada, yada, yada. It's honestly kind of risky for me to make this video because the more that I talk about stuff, the more likely that PrizePicks is to nerf things, to payout shift things, to stop letting us take advantage of some other things. And you guys know we always find ways around it. We always find the best correlated strategies possible. I'm kind of obsessed with just finding the best plays on PrizePicks. It doesn't matter if it's League of Legends, it doesn't matter if it's Counter-Strike, it doesn't matter if it's Canadian football. Obviously the mainstream things that we bet on crush it, like NFL, like college football. But anyway, we have a very exciting video today. And going into yesterday's performance, we had a massive 8.5x. And really, I just want to take a moment and just say this is textbook, beautiful slip right here, beautiful four-man. We have beautiful correlation up here at Counter-Strike, and then we have beautiful correlation down here on League of Legends. And I actually talked about this one earlier, and I said, guys, it's not looking good for this Counter-Strike one. Honestly, I think Jobby was at like 30 or something, and they were going into that second game, and I was like, guys, that third map, and I was like, guys, it's not looking very good. What ends up happening is that third map goes into overtime, all right? So we got a little bit of favor our way finally this weekend. We have had like 5 setups that have not hit for us this weekend, but we finally have a little bit of favor, and the game goes into overtime. If you guys don't know, I talk about correlation on this channel a lot. I talk about it every day. And the way that Counter-Strike is correlated is that the longer a game goes on, the more kills that will happen. Doesn't matter what team you're on. The longer a game goes on, the more kills that will happen, right? The more rounds that happen, the more kills that are going to happen. The shorter the game goes, the less kills that are going to happen, right? So the longer the game went, it went into overtime. More rounds are actually being played. And in overtime is when Jobby goes ahead and goes over his kill total. He got like maybe 6 kills in overtime, which is huge. That's the difference between cashing an entry and not cashing an entry. So really exciting there. And I do want to say, like I said, we got a little bit fortunate for that. And this is exactly what I've been saying. I almost say this every day, but this is exactly what I said yesterday, is that some days are going to be lucky, some days are going to be unlucky. Over the course of 15, 30, 25, 45 days, 60 days, that luck is going to balance out. The unluck and the luck is going to balance out and just kind of keep us steady. And that is why you need to think about things in a longer time horizon. That's why I track everything, because the luck is kind of a variable, right? Some days, yes, we're going to have bad luck. Some days we're going to have amazing luck and we're going to go up 40 units like we have before. But we steadily climb. We steadily increase our units over and over and over again. That's why I show you guys graphs with 600 bets. That's why I show you guys graphs with 3,000 bets like we did last year. That's why I've shown you guys graphs with, this is over the past 30 days. So 30 days, if you go back, the middle of June last year, last month, and then go to now, we have taken close to 200 bets, something like that. We're up 63 units in that time frame, which if you don't know what that means, if you're a $10 bettor, you'd be up $630 with just $10 bets in the past month, right? I truly believe this is the easiest way to make money passively in 2025. You legitimately just tail my bets every day, and you make profit on PrizePicks. It is super simple to do so. I just send my plays straight to your phone. You tail them in a matter of seconds, and then once you do so, if you're a $10 bettor last month, you would have made, last 30 days, you would have made $630. That's great. If you're a $20 bettor, you would have made $1,200. If you're a $40 bettor, you would have made more than $2,000 or close to $3,000, something crazy like that. Guys, it's so easy to make money on PrizePicks just tailing my bets. Trust me, I've been doing this for 16 months now. We have been profitable in 16 out of 17 months, all right? So 16 out of 17 months, very good track record. As you guys see, everything is tracked. That is why I track things so religiously, because at the end of the day, I'm trying to put money into you guys' pockets. I'm trying to make you guys money. And I can't stress it enough. It's so easy to make money on PrizePicks by just tailing the bets, trusting the process, and knowing that we win long-term, right? So great day that we hit that 8.5x. The weekend honestly was like completely break even. Like I said, we got some unlucky things happening, and then we do have very nice setups actually going into Thursday. So one of these hitting would make this Thursday a great Thursday, right? This would make it a great Thursday. If both of these hit, that would make it an amazing Thursday. And if neither of these hit, then it's like, well, so be it, right? So Before I get into the entry, guys, if you do want to join the VIP, it is extremely easy to do so. It has never been easier to join my VIP for multiple months. All you have to do is text me the word Bovada to my number right here on the screen, and I will get you guys into the VIP for 2 months. No questions asked. It is super simple. It'll take maybe 5 to 10 minutes maximum. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to Venmo you back the $25 that you actually deposit into Bovada. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be doing this, so take advantage of that. I know a lot of you guys are maybe waiting for football season because, like I said, in football season we normally go up about 350 units in that period between September and January, really. So I don't even know, maybe like 5 months. We have done that 2 years in a row now that I've been doing that in 2024 and 2023. But I'm telling you guys, you can get Bovada, you guys can get better, you guys can get Chalkboard, you guys can get Novig, you guys can get Underdog Fantasy. There's so many apps that I have, and all of these apps I'm at least going to give you 1 free month. So actually, if you strung all these apps together, like I have like probably 7 apps, 8 apps, you could get all the way up until almost the Super Bowl. I think it actually would be to like the Super Bowl with all of these apps if you have never got any of these. Obviously, some of you guys maybe have some of these apps or not. You guys see the maps on the screen. If you're in Texas, like I am, I'm able to use a lot of these apps. If you're in Arizona, maybe you can only use Better or something like that, right? So again, take everything with your situation. And you guys see that's where there's helpful unit sizes. That's where there's helpful graphs and different state maps and stuff like that. All right. So let's get into the actual entry of the day, guys. I'm going to start with Call of Duty. All right, because I do want to explain this. I'm going to actually bring out the drawing tool. If you can conceptualize this, if you can truly understand this, you are going to be a profitable bettor in the long term. Like you will understand how betting works. You will understand especially how betting works on PrizePicks and how to win on PrizePicks. So if you guys don't know about correlation, what we are trying to do is we are trying to have 2 things either go green together or 2 things to go red together, right? It doesn't really matter what we're trying to do. All right, so we either want 2 things to hit together, like hit, or we want 2 things to miss. It doesn't really matter because on PrizePicks, it doesn't matter if you, let's just take this as a 2-man. Let's just say this was a 2-man. It doesn't matter if one thing misses and one thing hits, or one thing hits and one thing misses. It doesn't matter because you're not getting that payout. A 2-man is never going to pay out for just one hit. This is never going to pay you out on PrizePicks. That means that we either want things to either go check together or miss together. That is the only thing that we want to happen. That is exactly what we do in the 4-mans that you guys saw that we just hit. And this is probably the best way to correlate slips right now on PrizePicks. I always have my ranking as college football number 1. I truly don't think there's a sport better than college football. League of Legends is always my number 2. Call of Duty might take the number 1 spot right now. The reason being is because this is so extremely correlated. It does not even make sense that they're offering this. And the best part about it is there's no payout shift whatsoever. We're getting a full 6x for this. If you were able to do this with like a WNBA play, and then you took 2 League of Legends players or something like that with 2 correlated plays, sometimes they'll give you only like a 4.5x, or they will give you like a 5x or something like that. Sorry for all the drawing. I just get excited with the drawing tool, but you guys will see no payout shift whatsoever. So let me finally explain why this is so correlated, all right? So I am taking this guy on 100 Thieves, who is heavily favored, all right? They are heavily favored in this game. They probably have a 90% chance of winning this game, all right? What does that mean in Call of Duty terms? All you really need to know is if you're winning the game, you're going to get more kills. You're going to get more kills as a player, and you're going to get less deaths, all right? Now, what does KD mean? All right, it gives you the formula right here. It is kills over deaths. So it is kills divided by deaths. So if you have, let's just say 3 kills and then you have 3 deaths, your KDA is going to be 1. All right, so this guy needs to get over 1.02. So he needs to just have slightly more kills than deaths. Again, what is going to happen when you win a game? You're going to get way more kills and way less deaths. Now, who is the team doing the killing for this guy? It is going to be the team that he is playing, the team Gentlemates. As you guys can see, is 100 Thieves for Gentlemates. So this guy right here is playing this guy these 2 guys right here in a game, right? So these 2 guys are going to be doing the killing. If we take these guys under, then it puts this variable under, right? We want this death total to be as low as possible. So if these guys are not getting many kills, that means this guy on the other team is not dying very much, because who is doing the killing? The guys on the other team. So hopefully that makes sense. Please leave a comment down below if you do not understand this. You have 2 players playing each other in the same game. You have Team A and Team B. If Team A is winning the game, they're going to do a lot more of the killing, and they're not going to be dying very much. Team B is going to try to do the killing. They're not going to do very many killing because they are losing the game. Because they don't get many kills, the guy in Team A is not going to die very much, all right? This is insane that they allow this, all right? So this is just insane. Please leave a like on this video for this. You could honestly go through your PrizePicks account and just take as many of these as you want, and they would probably be pretty good bets that I would approve. Now, again, take everything with a grain of salt because you don't want to put too much money on just one entry here, and there's going to be more plays like this coming out, guys. If you want plays like this, if you want my expert opinion, for example, Ghosty, right? There are like 4 different players on this 100 Thieves team. Ghosty is actually the best player to take, right? So there's like 4 other players to take, but Ghosty, I believe, is the best player. He has the one of the weakest like KDs right here that I think, his line should probably be like 1.2 or something like that, and his line is 1.02, which is crazy. And I'm taking these guys under, like I said. So this is extremely correlated. Again, the strategy and correlation is we want 2 things to go green together, right? This is exactly what we're looking for. This is probably the best correlated strategy right now on PrizePicks. I might be one of the first people to even understand that this is happening, and I might be in trouble with people for even letting this out. All right, so this is insane. Trust me on the VIP. We're going to absolutely hammer this a ton, and we're going to make a lot of money doing it. It'll probably be patched in the next couple of months, so just take that in account too. But again, these things are always going to be changing, and this is why I spend 8 to 10 hours a day doing stuff like this to find stuff like this. All right. So second play. All right. Second part of this entry. This is not correlated, obviously, because this is another person on a completely different side of the United States playing in a WNBA game, actually playing on Tuesday when these guys are playing on Thursday. All right. So this is the difference between having a very correlated game that are playing in these same games versus a person that is not correlated whatsoever with this. All right. So this is going to be the last part of the 3-man is Collier to go under 7.5 rebounds. And this is why I'm taking Collier under 7.5 rebounds. All right. If you look over at what is this, her past 8 games, she has gone under this in 6 out of her last 8 games. I'm really focusing on these games here. Actually, let's just go ahead and focus on all these. Let's focus on the last 10. Why not? That's what I have up. Why I really like this, guys, is she is averaging 6.7 rebounds in the last 10 games, all right? So if you actually look at the last 8 games, she's probably averaging like 6.4 or something like that. But you guys will see she's almost averaging a whole rebound lower than this. And on top of it, the Chicago Sky is very good against bigs, all right? So they're very good against forwards and rebounding, and mostly they're very good against forwards. And Nafise Collier kind of plays like a forward/center role, okay? So she kind of plays like almost like a Giannis role in a sense. So they're just good against big, big players. I almost said big men, I guess big women in basketball. And they're good against these players, and that is why I'm taking that there, her under 7.5 rebounds. So really as simple as that. If we can cash Collier tomorrow, on Tuesday, then that's going to be great. And then we will have almost like a 50-50 shot of just hitting a 2-man, which again, 2-mans on PrizePicks are normally 33% chance to hit because, right, you get a 3x for it. And if you hit 1 in 3 of them at a 33% chance, then you would completely break even. Most people, by the way, like 98% of bettors are losing sports bettors, right? You can go look that up anywhere you want. Again, sorry if I'm coming off as, trying to know all these things. I'm just trying to get across that this is a huge opportunity in front of you. This is a big opportunity, this Call of Duty stuff, and being able to get my VIP for free for 2 months is a big opportunity because this is what we have done over the past 30 days, over the past, 75 days, and then over the past 365 plus days we have won. All right, guys. So if you do want to join the VIP, that's going to be that banner down there. Just text me. It's the same thing here. Just text me to my number. I'm very open. I'm very transparent, and I will get to you in the next 5 to 10 minutes that you do text me, unless I'm asleep or something like that, and you text me at like 4 a.m. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. I will see you guys in tomorrow's video.